Hi, today I'll be making some hot dogs. Everybody loves hot dogs. What's really special about these hot dogs is the bread is a very rich dough. So it's really delicious and the sauces are going to be made as well. Starting off is the sauce. So for this sauce, I'm going to use pumpkin, tomatoes and some spices. Because the most important thing for any hot dog is of course the sauces. I've chopped up the pumpkin and tomatoes. I'm adding some water and I'm going to boil this thoroughly. Of salt and a tiny piece of ginger and a cinnamon stick. I'm adding a little bit of water just to boil this. Now to temper the sauce, I'm going to add some oil, onions, garlic and a lot of spices. I'm going to be making a lovely thick sauce. My onions are getting brown and sizzling. Now I'm going to add all my spices one by one. All these spices are going to get roasted in the oil. So it's going to have a lovely fragrance and the sauce is going to be very spicy and aromatic. The smell in my kitchen right now is so awesome. I'm getting hungry already. You can add more chili if you like. I'm just adding a little to start off. If I feel it's not enough, I'm going to add some more chili at the end. All the raw flavors have gone off and the spices have cooked beautifully. At this moment, I'm going to add my tomatoes and pumpkin mixture. I'm going to let this cook for a few minutes so that both absorb each other's flavors. Adding a little bit of salt and checking the heat and adding a little bit of chili as well. Now this mixture has cooled, so I'm going to blend it to a nice thick sauce. If you feel it's too thick, you can add a little bit of vinegar at this stage or warm water. I'm adding a little bit of vinegar to my pot and just washing it completely, and I'm going to add this to my blending as well. If you feel this sauce is too much, don't worry. You can put it into some jars and leave it in the fridge. Actually, for hot dogs, you need a lot of sauce. That's how I love to have my hot dogs. Added a little bit of sugar and little bit of heat to my sauce. So you can taste it and add a little bit more. The sauce is ready. It's a lovely, thick, creamy sauce. Looks gorgeous and tastes amazing. Now I can't wait for the hot dog to have the sauce. You can see I have used the old sauce bottle to put the remaining sauce as well. So that will go into the fridge for a later date. And this jar, I'm going to finish it with the hot dogs today. So the sauce is ready and we have to get started with the buns now. To start off the buns, I have 1 cup of lukewarm water. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of yeast to that and 2 teaspoons of sugar. Now I'm going to let it rest for about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to mix all the dry ingredients together, starting off with 6 cups of flour. I'm putting 2 teaspoons of salt and I'm going to mix that before I put the rest of the ingredients. In a separate bowl, I'm mixing all the wet ingredients, starting off with 2 teaspoons of sugar and 2 eggs. I told you it's going to be a rich recipe, so there are a lot of ingredients that go into this bun. Separate bowl, I'm mixing all the wet ingredients. In a bowl, I have 2 teaspoons of sugar. I'm adding 2 eggs and some warm milk and beating it up. In a cup, I have 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to put it in the microwave and melt the butter, adding 4 tablespoons of olive oil as well. Mixing the oil with my wet ingredients and beating. Now that's done, and I'm looking at my yeast. It has risen beautifully, making a well in my flour to add the wet ingredients. First adding the yeast and then the rest of the wet ingredients, little by little, and making a nice dough. Don't worry, the dough may look a little sticky. Don't worry about it. Just start kneading as you need. If you need a little bit of flour, just dust your hands with flour and knead it to a nice dough, soft dough. Now the dough is ready, so I'm going to leave it for about 1 hour. Before I put the dough, I'm going to oil the container. Until the dough rises, I have a good 1 hour to do all my office work. It has been 1 hour. My dough is risen beautifully. One punch and knead it for a few minutes, and we are going to make equal size balls. Today I am making hot dogs and I am going to make longer buns. I am using a knife to divide the dough into equal sizes. Hot dog buns, you take a ball of dough and then roll it like this and just fold it in like a cylinder. Make sure to seal the edges really well, if not they might open out. Continue with the same method until all the balls are done. Now my hot dog buns are ready. I'm going to leave it for 15 minutes to rise again. Getting ready with my egg wash. So I just beat 1 egg and I'm going to rub the top of all the buns which are risen beautifully so that they have a nice gloss and get a beautiful color when they are baking. I'm not going to add any sesame seeds. I just want a lovely glossy top. Now I like to make some guacamole to add to the burgers as well. It's really tasty with burgers, not only with tacos. I'm using half an avocado today. Just realize the avocados I bought are not ripe. So just use the only ripe fruit I have. Using some tomatoes, green chilies, onions, a lot of lime juice and salt. I'm using a fork to mash it up nicely. It has a beautiful green color and it tastes really nice, especially with buns. My hot dogs are baked and ready. Maintain a lovely gloss on top. As soon as you take the hot dogs out of the oven, just rub some butter and they will shine and smell really nice, and there is a lovely, delicious, buttery flavor as well. My nephew is counting to see how many he is getting today. The buns are nice and soft and the kitchen smells awesome. You can't hide the fact that you're making buns at home. The aroma is all around the house, much more fragrant than any scented candle. The fresh smell of baked buns is actually mouth-watering. As you can see, my buns are baked nicely and are really soft. Since I'm using the smaller sausage, I'm using 2 sausages for 1 hot dog. Making 3 buns like this, I want to show you 3 different toppings. Can you see the bun is soft? Just use a sharp knife and cut it in the middle, just like this. Starting off with my guacamole. So I'm adding a lot of guacamole. You know, when you're having hot dogs, you can never get enough of sauce. So be very generous with the sauce. Now that's green and beautiful and done. Now I'm adding the special sauce that we made with mustard, tomatoes and pumpkin. And for the third sausage, I'll be using ready-made sauces. Yes, starting off with ketchup, Thousand Island and little bit of mustard sauce as well. As you can see, the ready-made sauces are easy to spread and make a design beautifully. But I'm sure homemade sauces are way tastier than any ready-made sauce. Adding a little ketchup to my guacamole to add some color. Final dressing, a little bit of mustard sauce. Now I have 3 gorgeous hot dogs with 3 different sauces ready to be served, and my son has been waiting for this moment. I'm sure he's going to taste all 3 and he's going to eat them all. Dogs are really worth making at home. The buns taste so good and the sauces are absolutely delicious, and the complete package makes all the hard work worth your while. So I'm sure you're going to try this out next. One more with the mustard sauce. Now this recipe is a lot like the elephant house sauce recipe. I'm sure you recognize it. Enjoy it. Bye for now.